This is the Council of Comics live podcast, episode 27. We'll be right back. We're live at 5 in 1985. Cocaine Bear review and box office news. We'll be back after the break.
No.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845.
Bro.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Council of Comics live podcast, episode number 27. We're at 27, my friends. 27. What is that? Let's see. How many months is that? 9, 3. That's like 9 months.
Is it?
8 to 9 months. Around 8 months. Around 8 months. We're coming up on our year. Coming up in June, July. It's already about to be March, guys. It's already about to be March.
No, we're closer to 6 or 7 months, just so you know.
Yeah, it's like just over 6 months.
Yeah, we're like in
Okay,
that.
I can't count. Sorry, it's my problem. I can't count. All right, so we want to thank everybody.
I'm just so thrilled with that number. I mean, because like we did stuff while I was in Canada. We did a show while you were in Puerto Rico. I mean, we did really nice.
You gotta be consistent. You know what I mean?
It's all about that consistency.
So, as usual, we got our trusty council with us. We have Phil, Green Shirt Guy, and Cliff NY, aka Clifford NY. Hope everybody had a great weekend out there. We're coming up on a big week. Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, that drops Wednesday, right?
Drops this week.
Wednesday.
Got some big things coming from the Star Wars universe. They got 3 big shows coming this year. Mandalorian season 3, Ahsoka, and Skeleton Crew, which all take place in the Mandoverse, and it's all leading up to some big old Beyond Space movie hijinks. Is what I
You
think.
mean the Filoni-verse?
The Filoni-verse, you are correct. And they are planning to announce, I believe, next month in London, the next Star Wars feature film that will be. Some rumored to be the Taika Waititi, rumored to be Rogue Squadron.
I honestly don't care
That would be kind of
who's
cool. Rogue
directing
Squadron.
anymore. Just give me a good Star Wars movie.
For real.
Yes. There's also rumor that is going to be it might be episode 10.
Oh wow.
And,
Right.
and then Ray will be coming back. So will Poe Dameron.
Not John Boyega.
I haven't heard him in any of the rumors. I have heard Ray
He wants
and
nothing to do with it anymore.
yeah. I mean, he misses out on his shot. I guess.
I will say this. If we get them back, I just hope they have a much tighter plan in place and we get better films.
Well, yeah, that was part of the whole story that, they're very they want to correct things from the previous trilogy. They want to make it better.
Right, but I feel like Rise of Skywalker was about course correcting, and it's more of a course correction than it is a film, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need any of that in this. Just please, if you're coming back with another trilogy, please just tell 3 solid films
That you've written before you start filming.
Yes.
Yeah, before you start filming. That is all I want, because it will avoid. I mean, the fandom is so wild and toxic. Obviously, we're gonna have problems, but it will avoid a quarter of the problems you had the first time around.
Yeah.
I kind of think they got their wheels turning the first time around, but now I think they're turning well. Now everything Mandalorian came out of that is good. Andor was excellent,
Yeah, they've been doing good.
Rogue One was a really solid movie. Probably my favorite of the Disney movies was Rogue One.
That was such a solid movie right there.
Yeah.
Solid.
Obviously, Kathleen Kennedy
Yeah.
kind of knows what she's doing, because
She's rumored to leave.
She's
Okay,
Rumored to be stepping down after this year.
but still, she made some good decisions in the end. Maybe not some great decisions for the trilogy, but
she made some good corrections. She made some good corrections.
She made
Because
good
she made
corrections.
some bad decisions to start.
Yeah, well, dude, that one interview she gave where she's like, "Well, we don't have any material to draw upon," and all the fans exploded like, "What are you talking about? Look at all the published books."
Yeah.
That was a big faux pas on her part. But like getting with Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, I mean, she had a big hand in. I mean, they came forward that they wanted to do stuff, but she had a big hand to be like, "All right, let's go." Like,
And I think The Last of Us is proving the people wrong who say you can't go back to the source material. It's kind of proving them like you can go to the source material
and you should
create good stuff, and you should. And I think that's what's starting to creep now back into this genre. And we've seen that with Quantumania. We didn't get to speak of it last week, but Quantumania is kind of like basing in source material with the Council of Kangs and what they're going to do and stuff like that. I really think about what Josh said on the review when he's like Rama Tut could be the villain in the Fantastic Four movie. And what I'm hearing is that a lot of the movies, not all of them, will have a variant of Kang that they're fighting leading up to Kang Dynasty.
well, I don't think
That
we need
makes
to
sense.
see. I don't think we need to see Kang be a villain in every movie. But if there's like a Kang nugget, like there used to be a little Thanos nugget,
yes.
that would be
Mhm.
very nice. I'll be very pleased with that. If he shows up in an after credit scene just to say boo, that's fine. But no, I don't need him to be the villain every time.
Well, he doesn't necessarily need to be the villain, but he could be
the catalyst.
the benefactor for the villain.
Yeah.
Like the mastermind, kinda.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
guys. Here's some guys, or you need money or ships.
Yeah. So like they're not calling it the Council of Kangs, they're calling it the Kang Dynasty from what the post-credit thing is. So that's basically what they're calling Avengers Kang Dynasty because it's about those three basic ones. They're supposed to be the three leaders. There were four, the other Kang they kicked out, but they're basically the ones that control the whole dynasty of Kangs. And they did it as an Easter egg. If you go back and watch Loki, when one of the timekeepers speaks, it's the Immortus Kang, if you listen to his voice. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I want to actually hear the other voices of the other two timekeepers, and we can see which ones. They're probably Ramatut and the Centurion.
Well, we're absolutely sure that one of them is Ramatat.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And then like the dude looks like Immortus, and then the last one doesn't quite look like Centurion, but close enough. Like, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Right.
And they're the three most known Kangs, so like, why wouldn't it be them that we're looking at in the end credits?
Exactly. Speaking of Ant-Man and the Wasp, looking at some weekend stuff here.
That's it.
And number one, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania dropping 70%. This
crazy.
disappointed me, and I know why. I know why it dropped 70%. It's because of these influencers or whatever that are talking so bad about this movie and talking about the little things that don't really matter about this movie. Remember what we talked about? They're worried about this CGI thing. They're worried about MODOK looking weird. Instead of looking at the story itself and being like, yo, this was a really good movie. They're worried about all these other things for clickbait and all this other stuff. So I'm disappointed.
I don't even think it's about clickbait. Like, I mean, like some of them just didn't enjoy it. They just didn't enjoy it. Like one of the dudes I was listening to, he's like watching the movie and there was something that happened that made him really upset where he was ready to walk out the movie and like the girl next to him is like having a great time and she's laughing and as the movie kept progressing, he's like, my God, how are we watching the same movie? He goes like, I wish I was her. I wish I was her. So like, spoiler alert, when Hank Pym shows up with the army of ants, he's sitting there, he's like, huh, and she's there like, yeah, she's like jumping out of her chair screaming, and he's like, I would just love to be her, and I was like, dude, you should have been her. Like,
Cocaine Bear, which we'll talk about in a little while, came in at number 2 with 23 million. That's a nice little spot.
It's
for
the
Cocaine
movie we
Bear.
needed. It's the movie we needed.
You're absolutely right.
You know,
Jesus
America needs a
Revolution.
palate cleanse.
Jesus Revolution, 15 million. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's with Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too. Avatar still in there with 4 million. Puss in Boots matching them now with 4 million. Puss in Boots has got to be the resilient one.
I'm telling you,
This
it's,
show how much Puss in
it's
Boots has made
probably
so
great.
far.
Yeah,
it's literally
I'll
the
check
only
it out.
family movie out. So what, if you're gonna go as a family to see a movie, this is the one. And if you haven't seen a movie in a while, this is the only one you're gonna go see. You're not taking your 5 and 6 year olds to go see Cocaine Bear.
No,
Right?
So like
Puss in Boots.
this is and again, this is supposed to be fantastic, but it came out at the right time. Nothing's competing against it, so it just stays there.
Brilliant counter programming. 440 million worldwide.
It opened with a 12 million week, and it's like now domestically
Yeah.
173 million.
Yes.
it's
This-
a trooper. I
It's a
love
Because
trooper,
it came out.
man.
It came out like December 21st. Like, yeah, it's just held this spot so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to be in March, man. He's still
And
rocking.
it's like I'm still in theaters.
He's
The
like
crazy part is, in past, this would have been one of those movies you're like, all right, in like 2 months, I'll just get it on, on Blu-ray or whatever, and watch it. But they're not releasing it because it's still doing so well in theaters.
Did it go to
Yeah.
streaming? Maybe on one
It's
of
I
on
don't
those.
think it is
streaming.
yet.
no,
No,
it is
not
on
yet.
streaming.
It is hanging in there. I love it.
It's on streaming. That's what makes it more amazing is that you can get it digitally streaming, and it's in the theater.
That digital
it's-
early streaming stuff, as much as they want to make it a big deal, it's not worth it to me. Pay $20.
It's worth it for some
$30.
people. Like, think about it, right? I could do $20, make my own popcorn, me and my 3 kids watch the movie in the comfort of my living room. I can pause it to use the bathroom whenever I want, right?
It's great for people who have.
And you get to like rewatch it, right? You get it for like
Right,
you
you
get
can
to,
You get it
rewatch
for
it.
24 hours usually.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't want to devalue that, because for a lot of people it is valuable, right? Because it's sometimes it's just too much to throw all the kids in the car, go to the theater, pay. What is it per kid now? $9-10 a kid?
Not at Roosevelt.
All right, so what? $6 a kid at Roosevelt?
I'm telling it's Roosevelt. I think it's maybe 5.
That's
All right,
awesome.
that's good, but still.
That's awesome.
So like, I know I stole the virtues of Roosevelt, but like.
Do they have
Years ago-
stadium
Years
seating?
ago, I would have agreed with
No.
you. But they've made some
No.
improvements to the actual infrastructure of the building. You got
Yeah.
the heated seats. You got the
Yo.
seats that
Yeah, you got the
recline.
recliner.
They have
Yeah,
recliner
the-
seats. Yeah.
the-
yeah.
And even the regular seats, the armrest,
Still
Folds up.
lift up, yeah.
so you can So like, for me, you don't lose anything sitting in those seats. It used to be like,
Yeah.
oh, this smells like cat piss, and they really need to clean it up. Now it's fine and it's cheaper. So why would I not go there?
And it's just crazy the prices to go to movies. Like we paid for 2 people and we got food and everything. It was $70
Oof.
to go
I-
see it.
I bought snacks my last 2 movies. I think it maybe cost me $20.
Yeah, we got like chicken fingers, impossible nuggets, and fries, and 2 drinks.
Jeez.
That was $40, bro.
Jeez.
Like, for
40
2 people to go to the
$40.
Roosevelt and see because like I figured this out when I went to see Black Panther, and we got the recliners, and like me and my girlfriend, we saw Black Panther, and for us to get the recliner seats, the large popcorn and the large soda, it was the same amount that it would have cost for us to get in the door on a matinee at Regal.
Wow.
Right, and you get the free refills at Roosevelt.
Yeah, yep.
We're gonna have to switch over to the
I'm
Roosevelt.
telling you, man.
I've already switched over. The
Maybe we
only
need
time,
Roosevelt to sponsor us. Put them like right down at the bottom here,
for real.
and then they can put our slide of us up on the screen for the before.
Poster.
Yeah, how they have all the
It's like
radio
one
stations they
trailer
put up.
and then
You
the
hear that,
movie.
Roosevelt? We need sponsors. We need sponsors.
You know what? Maybe we could all maybe when we hit 1,000 viewers, we could do a trade.
For
Yeah.
real. I'm not,
Be like,
I don't
we'll
think
do
it's a bad
we'll do a
idea.
free spot for you for 3 months. You do a free spot for us for 3 months. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do stuff like set up there for when people come out of the movie
Yeah.
and interview them as they come out of the movie. That'd be a dope thing to do, See, Council of Comics, we're always thinking about something here. We got big things coming. Big things coming. We need y'all to like and subscribe. If you haven't liked and subscribe. Back to the list. Magic Mike's Last Dance pulled in a couple mil. Knock at the Cabin pulled in a couple mil.
Yeah.
80 for Brady pulled in a couple mil. Listen pulled in a mil. The Man Called Otto, but just under. Titanic a little 700,000. Megan 500,000. And 2023 Oscar nominated short. What is that?
Oh, that's probably like they probably just show all the Oscar nominated short films.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
the
they're all
animated
probably like,
shorts and
well, short can't be more than what, 15 minutes or something like that.
short films it's short films live action when you click on it. Like,
Okay. All right. Let's get into some movie news. Avatar: The Way of Water breaks major international box office record. What's the record? It's the biggest movie ever, right?
Who cares?
Yeah. Has now risen to a total of 2.26 billion worldwide. While it hasn't climbed any further up the overall chart, it has broken one major record. It is now the number one highest grossing film all time in Europe. In Europe, no offense, Europe. We're talking about some worldwide stuff here. All right. Anybody got anything to say on that?
Cool for him.
No. All right. Cocaine Bear, we just talked about. We'll get into that a little bit later. Pirates of the Caribbean, they want Johnny Depp back.
Good.
They
Let
want
them
him back.
grovel.
Yes, let them grovel, but come back. Because we do. Let's be honest. We want Johnny Depp back in this role.
Yeah.
We want
Everybody
another
wants.
Pirates movie is what we want.
Yes.
Yes, but I would like him to be there.
Says if it were up to Bruckheimer, however, Depp will return to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Speaking with Deadline, Bruckheimer sung Depp's praise, speaking well both of his talents as character. Check out the full quote. He's just so good at what he does, and actors recover from things like this. He's a good individual, and he's a caring individual. He's somebody that you can rely on, and he's just terrific. I think Johnny is an utter friend and an amazing artist. And again, you go through things in life you wish you hadn't, but he's still a talented artist. Yeah, we all can agree with that, right?
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
Listen,
want to
there's
see
a
the
lot of
comeback
people.
after someone shit on his bed.
Yeah, man. And let the movie focus. Can the movie focus on him, please? That's my thing.
Fourth one
You know what?
focused on
A nice
him.
a nice
No,
origin
not
story.
really.
How about
He's
an
always like
origin
the
story?
third main character.
How about a Captain Jack origin story?
Well,
Well, the
I
man's not
I would-
getting
I would
any
wanna
younger. I
see
don't know
that
about
with
the
a-
origin story.
I would want to see that with a concurrent story. You know,
Oh,
those type of
absolutely.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
With
You
Keith
know what I mean?
Richards. Like bring Keith Richards back again.
Oh yeah, as dad and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. That would be great. They did do a younger CGI version in the last one for a little bit, and it looked okay. You know, what I mean, I'm sure the technology is way past that now that they can do it brilliantly. But
Well,
it's safe to say
honestly,
that
I think they should call up the people from Cocaine Bear to do it,
there's a
Yeah.
lot of that in there.
right?
I think there has to be some, like the bear.
No, the bear is all CGI and it's amazing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about the actors.
No, the bear is fantastic. Do we not agree?
Yeah,
I
no, the
there's a
bear
couple-
was-
There's a couple spots where it's a real bear, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but overall, it's CGI 500-pound bear, and he looks great.
Scream 6 Easter egg may support Gail Weathers' death theory. I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that means?
No.
I haven't seen it
I'm
yet.
interested in this. I'd watch
Alright.
this.
Horror movie about killer gnomes coming from Stranger Things producers.
I would watch this.
From Sean Levy and the writers behind Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It's got to
I'll
be
watch
tongue in
it.
cheek though. You can't make it straight creepy, or else it'll lose something.
Says Gnomes, a horror movie about killer gnomes, is currently in development with Stranger Things producer Sean Levy. Levy is also known for his directorial work on recent blockbuster features, including the Ryan Reynolds collaborations, The Atom Project, Free Guy, and the upcoming Deadpool 3. He hasn't dabbled in horror too often, but he is producing the buzzing upcoming Stephen King adaptation, The Boogeyman. Per Deadline, Sony is developing a feature adaptation of the Dutch short film Gnomes by Richard Raphorst and Ruwan Hegelman. There is currently no director attached, but Levy is on hand to produce alongside his 21 Laps cohorts, Dan Cohen and Dan Levine. The screenplay is currently being written by Andrew Barrer and Gabriel Ferrari, who previously collaborated on the MCU outing Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Hey, the Adam Project was good. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I like the Adam Project.
It was fun.
It was good. I didn't know Boogeyman was a Stephen King movie adaptation, though.
I don't think I knew that either.
Now it has me like more interested. All right, next. Ana de Armas stuns as the DC Universe Poison Ivy in new fan art. The Avengers get epic new armor and stunning MCU fantasy fan art.
Miss me with that too.
I Am Legend zombie stunt performer recalls major injury from key scene. Kimberly Shannon recalls her first major injury received working on a key scene for the Will Smith movie.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that there's not enough care being taken on movies.
Well, stunt people get hurt all the time. That's part of the what's the word I'm looking for? That's part of the job. Like, I'm not saying just with abandon hurt people, but like they all know that it's a risk, and that's kind of built into the job.
Like with what's his face that just got charged.
Baldwin.
That's a little different.
They're saying there's a lot of that going on in the industry, though. There's a lot of people like cutting corners, not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's leading to a lot of injuries that we are not hearing in the news.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, my counterpoint to that. I mean, I'm not in the industry, so I don't. This is just my own whatever. I remember watching. I can't remember. It was a documentary. It was just like one of those 1 hour, like 60 minutes on a guy who was a former stuntman, and he'd done it for years. And I think he still does some stuff. He's broken his back however many times. He's broken, almost every single bone in his body. Has done numerous things, and he's like,
now, are they compensated for that, or is what goes on?
I mean, you get. I think they get SAG, health insurance, but how much does that cover? But like his whole point was, look, I know going in, the potentially, but a lot of the big guys and ladies now, are involved in the stunt production. So if you're gonna go jump off a building and you didn't do your research to make it not as little dangerous to you as possible, as much as I feel bad you got hurt, it's kind of your own fault. Like, so I don't know.
Okay. All righty then.
Again, that's just my own. I could be way off, but the stuff that I've read.
I'd love to get if there's any stunt performers out there that want to come on the Council of Comics. Just DM us. We'd love to have you on.
You're so cute. We're gonna have to hunt one down.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise details tearful Top Gun Maverick reunion with Val Kilmer. I can see why that would be.
I was thinking that movie, like that was another thing. It's like, is that sequel better than the original?
Yes.
It might be.
Yeah,
it might be, right? Like I was thinking about that movie because I'm gonna watch it again soon. The only time I saw it was
the original Top Gun didn't have me sitting in the theater going, oh.
I rewatched the original, a few weeks ago. It's still very good, but yeah.
It's like good, but it's still like corny, and like the new one is like just like.
But
hammers you with the
I was glad to see. I saw it at the drive-in, and like the drive-in also like upped their sound. So like in my car stereo, it's just like booming, and on screen, it's like huge.
But do we get this second one that's so good without the first one? Because you don't get some of the story stuff.
It's true. It doesn't bring all that effect about without the first one. But is it a better viewing? Yes.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it just is. Like it's just a magical.
Yeah.
It's
if I got them both,
I do not like Tom Cruise, and this movie's that good.
It's a big screen movie too. It's like that one. I was like, yeah, this is a big screen movie.
Well, Tom Cruise is heralded as saving the film industry because he fought to not have this go on streaming. He said this has to go in the theater. They wanted to put it on
Dude,
stream.
they used those IMAX cameras. It did not need to go home. It needed to be in theaters. That IMAX screen was like, oh, crap.
So here's what he says. He said, I just want to say that was pretty emotional. I've known Val for decades. For him to come back and play that character, he's such a powerful actor that he instantly became that character again. You're looking at Iceman. I was crying. I got emotional. He's such a brilliant actor, and I love his work.
That's very sweet.
It's very cool. That's good. All right.
He's starting to look old, man. Jeez. It's finally hitting him after all this time.
Does anybody else watch Drive to Survive on Netflix? It's the F1 documentary.
No.
It's 8 or 9 episodes per season. They're in the 5th season. The 5th season just got dropped on Friday, and there's I think it's a 2nd episode. I'm only like 3 or 4 in. It's great. It's amazing. I'm not even a big F1 guy. It's fascinating to watch this stuff. But yeah, he shows up in I think it's the 2nd episode at this race in Britain, and you're right. You can see it in the documentary because he's not all makeup up. You're like, oh yeah, you look.
Yeah, he's getting up there. He's been around for a while, Mr. Cruz. He's been cruising. Avengers 5 writer hints Namor is first member of the new MCU team.
Yes.
Okay, there's been a lot of things this week about who's going to be on the new Avengers roster for Part 5. Rumors are that Tom Holland has signed his big deal for moving forward for the next 10 years, which includes a couple Avengers movies, includes 3 more Spider-Man movies, and includes a couple Venom stuff, crossover type things. And that he's going to be the leader in Avengers Kang Dynasty, which I don't know if I want just yet. Because, just because he's popular, don't mean. He's never really been the leader in these big event movies, in the comics. He's never really been the leader, unless it's his event, like Spider-Geddon or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they may not mean that Spider-Man will be the leader. They just may mean that Spider-Man will take the lead.
Yeah.
Which is fine because we do love him. He's popular, but that doesn't mean that he's literally going to be the man with the plan. It just may be like, Spidey's the heart of the heart of the Avengers.
He's the one to figure it out.
and actually, maybe he can figure it out, right?
Maybe,
because we always sleep on Peter. Supposed to be one of the
He's smart, man. Peter is brilliant. Peter is really, really brilliant. There's also rumors of Moon Knight being attached to the team because the writer, the director, the one who directed Shang-Chi, Daniel Cretton, is it? No. What is his name? Cliff, check that out real quick. The director specifically asked for Moon Knight to be a part of his Avengers team since he was directing it, which could lead to, maybe a Moon Knights have battled Ramatut.
Destin Daniel Cretton.
Justin Daniel Cretton. He's requested a few things, like he wants She-Hulk to be a part of that team. He wants Moon Knight to be a part of that team.
I love it.
And Shang-Chi definitely part of that team
right there.
No Thor was mentioned.
By the way, not only is it a fantastic team, it's very new Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
but I'm a little worried because it's a little bit like Marvel. Remember all new Marvel that came a few years back? That was not successful. That was not successful. So
again, but these are the Avengers that we're going to meet for Kang Dynasty. So I'm okay with this because that team is probably not going to be the team going forward. It's going to be the team we've got because that's the state of the Marvel Universe. And then after Secret Wars, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Supposedly,
but I do think it's fun.
It's supposedly in Captain America. What's the new one called? New World Order. Sam Wilson is going around creating recruiting the new Avenger team. And
Sam Wilson should be the
he should be. He should be.
And not just because he's Captain America.
Yeah. All right. So we're at the halfway mark. And it is time. Cliff, you may take over.
Talk about some coked up bears.
Yes.
You got it up there.
This movie was awesome. I'm sorry. It's so good.
I'll handle all the pictures and videos. You can just talk about it.
All right. So, first of all, I always liked Elizabeth Banks, but the fact that she championed to direct this movie is
For
like
real.
the best thing ever. I'm like, Elizabeth, like, bravo, girl,
I
bravo.
I almost think too, when she got the script or when it read the script, she envisioned herself playing the mother,
Maybe, but
and
even
then went,
still,
"Oh no, I'd rather direct it." But yeah,
right? But yo, Elizabeth Banks, you've got to watch her interviews to realize how much she's thinking about her roles, directing, everything. Like even if it's not a smash hit like her Charlie's Angels, she still poured herself into wanting to do that movie. You know, I mean, like, and like her interviews, like she's got a big thought process about it. And I'm always sad when I see people who are in entertainment and they're really in love with the stuff that they want to work on. The stuff just turns out to be, not great.
Kamari says, I love Elizabeth Banks.
it's probably because she wants to get out from doing Deal or No Deal anymore.
Well, no, because
You
like
could tell the look on her face when
but
she's
she-
doing that.
but
She
she
doesn't want to be there.
but she took Deal or No Deal during the pandemic.
Probably just to get out of the house.
Right, basically to get out of the house, which a lot of people did. But she's having a good time there, and it hasn't stopped her from directing and her other stuff. So I'm pleased. Kerry Russell, so good. I was so happy with her.
She was pretty good in it.
Everyone in this movie was freaking great. Do you know who was a surprise for me? Alden, Aaron Reich?
Aaron Reich.
Right, who played Han Solo?
He was so good.
He was so good. Like this movie, I said this was the movie we needed, right? This is the movie we needed. This movie is like such a great palate cleanser. Do you not agree?
Yeah,
it really is.
And I said this to you earlier. This movie was funnier than I was expecting because I'm like, it's going to be funny because it's a ridiculous premise, but it's tongue in cheek and it laughs at itself.
Yes,
but then it has serious moments too, like the scene at the end where they're finishing the 20 questions. You're like, oh.
It was the movie's got like a beautiful mix of a little bit of horror, right? But it's a comedy, but like
I thought it was like a dark comedy.
Oh,
like
dark
horror.
comedy, but there's but there's heart in there. Like it was just like I could see why she was like, yeah, this movie's a little crazy. I want to do it.
What is that?
That's not me.
It's not me.
It's not me.
What?
Yeah, that's not me. What is that? Is that like?
Okay. I don't know what that is, guys.
It's making me nuts.
Was it the music? Was it like that?
Wait, mute yourself, Cliff. We're gonna mute everybody. Find out what this mysterious voice is. Phil, mute yourself. Is it me?
Do you have an effect or something going?
A what?
Do you have one that you remember you had all those little sound bites? You have one repeating, maybe?
Oh, baby. Hold on. Yes.
Oh, my
All right.
God. I was about to go nuts. They started to make me crazy. It was funny the first 2 or 3 times, but then it got out of control.
All right. Okay. Continue on, my friend.
There was a part with like Scott Seiss in like this ambulance scene.
Yes.
That was probably the funniest part of the movie.
It's so great.
How about the part where the bear passes out?
On top of the guy.
Yeah, right on top of the dude. Oh my God.
And the best part is just having a conversation with him while he's under the bear.
Yeah.
You found out like the bear is a girl right there.
Yes.
Like, that was.
Yep, she's protecting her cubs. By the way, Margot Martindale is in here as like the park ranger, and I love her. I love her in everything she does. I was like so happy to see her.
And what's his name with the orange beard at the very beginning of the movie with his girlfriend?
Yes. Love him. I mean, like I just
good.
like everybody in this they picked for this movie is someone who understands comedic timing.
What about Ice Cube's son? How'd he do in it?
Yeah, he was good. I tell you what, the part where he gets his finger shot off, I was crying laughing. Especially when the guy goes, they're not even next to each other. How did that happen?
Yeah.
There's a fight. Like he used to do a fight in like a bathroom within this movie too, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm sorry to sidetrack here, but if y'all have not seen The Kitchen, which is a movie based on a bunch of like mob wives getting together in the 70s to handle stuff, you have got to check it out. Margot Martindale is in there. Tiffany Haddish is in there. It is
I
like
have
a
seen
great. That movie is so good. Like it's another movie where like, you know, just went under the radar, but like it's very entertaining.
With and the husbands are the guy. Oh, what's his name that we always talk about? That's an action star. I take Liam Neeson's one husband, right?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yeah, by the way, I'm loving all the red carpet shots of everybody from Cocaine Bear that you're showing. Like, it's just so great.
There was like a montage that was very interesting to me. I mean, I wouldn't say funny, but it was a montage of all those 80s drugs, like PSAs and stuff.
Yes. The one
like this is your brain on drugs, and it was the egg frying. It was just like a quick montage.
The best one was the guy talking about crack at the end. I remember seeing that one, but I was crying laughing at that one. That one made me laugh.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? My mother's social commentary on the film.
Oh,
right?
Did you take your mother with you?
Yes. So my mom was like, and like my mom is like, so my mom saw the news story about the movie because the news story about the real bear, right? So we opened the movie and I was like, and it says based on true events, right as the movie opens, right? And my mom is like, you're supposed to fight a brown bear or, you know, like the black bear, whatever, right? Or the smaller bear. And I was like, well, you have a fighting chance. I was like, except for the grizzly bears are terrifying. They're just going to rip you to shreds, right? And then she goes, this is awful. You would just think that after this happened with this bear, that people would have just given up on coke. And she goes, now it seems like more people are doing it than ever. You know, and I was like, Mom, that's not really the point of this movie.
Well, that was even great at the beginning. Remember, they give you the facts on like, a bear is more scared of you than you are of them, and you have a fight. And then it says Wikipedia. It's like, well, you know, don't believe everything you read.
How about this guy? I remember this guy. I know him from the Tik. You see the little videos of him? He's like
the TikTok for working
the TikToks. He's like, can I talk to your manager? Maybe you can. Like, you go. He's done hilarious little TikToks. So when I saw him, I was like, oh. Like, that's dope that he's gotten into a movie.
He's only in it for about 5-10 minutes.
All 5-10 minutes are wonderful.
Where he's trying to close the door on the ambulance.
Yes, on the ambulance.
He's like, you don't need to yell at me.
Yo, he's just so great. I love him. I basically loved everybody in this movie. I was very happy with the cast.
I like the yellow shirt kid. The survivor of the three.
Yes.
He was great too. Especially the cutscene at the end where he gets out and takes the bag back from the goats.
Yes. My God. Oh, Scott Seiss is the name of this guy that from the TikTok videos and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, real quickly, give me a run through of this movie without spoiling any major parts.
Dude, I don't even know how. I mean, like, cocaine falls from the sky, a bear eats a whole bag of it, goes wild. You know, there's
now addicted.
And now addicted. There's multiple stories of people getting involved in the woods. You know, there's this woman. She's got a new boyfriend. Her daughter's not accepting. Her daughter runs off with her little friend. And of course, the bear attacks them. Then the mom is all worried. So her and her new boyfriend go out there to find the bear. There's a park ranger who gets involved. There's another dude running for his life. You know, the bear kills almost everybody. The dude who lost the cocaine, Ray Liotta, he comes in and that's all
that's at the end.
Cool.
He sends his son and Ice Cube's son to go retrieve it.
Right. He sends them
if you don't get it, we're screwed.
And then he's like, they don't know what they're doing, so I'm going to go. In the meantime, people are getting killed left and right, losing fingers left and right. I mean,
there's a cop who's figured out whose coke it belongs to, who shows up to try to get it before they do.
Yep.
Who's played by, what's his name, the black guy that goes, shit, that guy. I can't remember his name. Isaiah Whitlock.
Yeah.
So this movie was made a little while ago then, because remember, Ray Liotta passed when?
Last year.
last
They
year,
do
right?
give a to our
Yeah, they
in honor
do.
of our-
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, it's good.
All right.
I mean,
And what's key is it's like an hour and a half long.
Yep.
If it was any longer, I think you'd get tired of it, but it's just the perfect length.
Yes. And Carrie Russell did a great job. I mean,
Yeah,
like
she
I
was
was,
good.
she was
Jesse
really
Tyler
good.
Ferguson was great. As
Yes.
The kid with Carrie
Behind the
Russell
tree.
was pretty funny too, where he's like, "Have you ever done cocaine?"
Yes.
Because like they like they find like the two kids, they're playing hooky from school, and they're in the woods, and they find one of these big things of cocaine, and they're like,
Yep.
well, how do you do it? And he's like, oh, you just eat it.
Oh,
And they got a guy that's like breathing like this. It's it's not like a little bit. They got like this big line of it, like
Oh my god.
the bear goes chasing after one of them at one point because he's covered in cocaine. I mean, like,
Yes.
oh my god.
And every time you think the bear's dead, somebody magically or accidentally spills cocaine, and the bear basically comes back to life to get
Yep.
to the cocaine.
Cocaine with miss.
So yeah, I highly, if you need a movie,
They call it a crazy bear in another country.
because they know better. They're like, we can't talk about this. We don't have drugs in our country. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Only the
crazy
Americans
bear.
could have. By the way, the incident at the beginning of the movie with the cocaine falling from the sky is what happened in real life.
Yeah.
Except in the movie, the guy hits his head and falls out of the plane. In real life, his parachute did not deploy properly.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense then. Okay.
But he still died just like that in real life, tossing cocaine out of the plane as it went down and then jumping out. That's exactly
I
that is how
got
he
the
died.
feeling from that opening scene, and you tell me if you disagree, that he was trying to steal that cocaine. That he was going to make the plane, and that's why he had the parachute. He's like, I'm going to ditch this plane.
No, in
I know
real
where the
life,
cocaine is.
No, in real life, the plane was in trouble, and he's like, oh shit. So he's like, okay, I can toss this, and maybe I have a shot at getting some, and then I'll jump out with this parachute, and then whatever happens. But he's like, if I stay on this plane in real life, if I stay on this plane, I'm gonna die. And then the parachutes, I think like the emergency chute worked, but not the main chute or something horrible like that. And he didn't make it.
Because in the movie, he's too joyous as he's throwing it out, almost like, yeah.
Well, right, because
blood.
in the movie, I think in the movie, it's like he's satisfied that he has a plan, and who knows what he was like in real life. But in real life, that's all they could determine, because they could determine that the plane was faulty.
Okay.
Right? From the condition they found the plane crashed in, they're like, oh, well, it was faulty anyway. This dude was just trying to save himself. So
probably
that's
did like
a real
4 or 5
report.
lines before jumping out the plane.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure he did a line before he got out the plane. I'm sure. He was like, oh.
Oh, so that scene was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Because he knocks himself out cold and then just kind of slides out the plane.
Yeah. But like, it's funny how the movie like tried to like, oh, these are the two from the beginning of the film. I love them.
Yeah, this is where we get introduced to the cocaine bear.
Yeah. And again, the CGI for the bear, phenomenal.
That's the guy from Game of Thrones. That's
Yes, the Norwegian dude.
What's his name?
Hold on, I got it on IMDb.
Something with a T, I think.
Where is he?
Scroll
past him, I think.
What?
Christoph Heebju.
That's the character name?
That's his real name.
Oh, that's his real name.
His character name in this is Olaf. Playing the type.
Yes, very much.
See, here's my thing: is when you start hearing the noise there, I'm out. I'm not going that way. I'm going out the way I came. This is where she's rescuing the daughter because the bear dragged her back to her lair, and there's a bag of cocaine there too.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's O'Shea. O'Shea Jackson is playing that character.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this movie is like a great palate cleanser. It really is.
And Ray Liotta's the only character in the whole movie where you're like, he kind of gets what he deserves.
Right, but
Everybody
Ray Liotta still delivers beautifully.
Oh, he does.
Yeah,
He's almost the perfect villain for this.
He's a great villain. He's a great villain. I'm like,
He's funny at the beginning when you see him with the grandson, but then he, quickly takes that turn into evil.
yes. But you know what made me kind of happy? Like, if this is the last film we get from him, like, I felt good about it.
Yes.
You know, like, it was a great character. It was a lot of fun, and it's like for me, it's like a nice way to remember him with this.
Oh,
role,
absolutely.
you know, I don't know, man. Like, I keep saying, like, this movie's a great palate cleanser. I highly recommend. Like, I want people to watch it because, like, it's just the kind of movie to have a good time with. You know. Look at this poor guy.
and for a horror movie, there's almost no gore in it.
No, it's not too gory. I mean, there's enough to remind you the movie is threatening, right?
Yes.
But not so much that like you're like, oh no, like. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else to say about it? I got nothing but positive reviews. I had a good time. I mean, a couple times the bear didn't look that realistic, but like, what are you gonna do? You know?
You move on quickly.
Yeah, you move on quickly, and also the bear looks fantastic, you know, overall.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got a movie coming out called Nightmare with a Y, NYM. You know, Scott Seiss.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we get to look forward to more of him. Oh, by the way, the guy dumping the cocaine at the beginning, that's the dude who played on The Americans with Kerry Russell.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is.
so I was like,
Yes.
oh, it's a family affair in this
Yes, it
movie.
is.
And if you haven't seen The Americans, watch The Americans. It's a fantastic show. Stream the
Matthew
hell out of
Reese.
it.
Yeah.
What trailers did you get?
I got it was like a crazy Dracula looking movie.
Yes,
was my
Renfield.
trailer.
I got the Dracula trailer with what's his
That's
name?
one-
It was a
That's
red.
the
It
only
was a
one.
red
Nicolas
band trailer. Renford or something.
Renfield.
Renfield's
Renfield's the only one I got, and that looks good too.
That's the Nicolas Cage one, right?
Nicolas
Yes.
Cage one, yes.
That looks great too. That should be. We should go see that one.
Yes, let's make a real effort this time, Council.
That movie looks stupid funny too.
It does. It's gonna be great. I think. I hope.
Yeah, because we got the red trailer at Roosevelt. Like it wasn't
Yes,
even as
yes,
soon as
we
it
did.
came with the red one, I was like, "Whoa, you don't often see those anymore." Like the
Yeah.
red trailer.
Well, thankfully, Cocaine Bear was already an R-rated movie. That's when you get the red trailers. R-rated
Yes.
movies come hard with the red trailers.
And there wasn't anything crazy in the trailer other than I think the
No.
curse. So that's why it was red.
But it's good. I'm looking forward to it.
So you're gonna come with us this
All
time,
right.
Sam? Or are you gonna
So
Next
for which
time,
movie?
for
For
Renfield?
Renfield. The Nicolas
For
Cage Dracula.
Renfield. Okay.
All right, this time we got to
Okay.
find it on the calendar, book it on the calendar. I won't book any other activities that weekend. We're gonna go see it.
See what-
I think it's
I
like
think
next
it comes
month,
out in
right?
April,
I think it's like March or April, maybe.
I think it's April. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that was the only trailer I got with it, but it looked like
April
also like-
14th.
Okay.
Is Nicolas Cage playing a vampire?
He's playing Dracula.
He's Dracula. It's,
Like
all
the-
about,
the-
it's all about his familiar who's trying to get away from him.
And he's at
Doesn't
like a
wanna do
self-help group or something, like describing it. Like it was like crazy. He's at like a AA meeting or something.
Yeah. He doesn't
For
want to bring
vampires.
people for Dracula to eat anymore. He's trying to get away.
Yes.
That's the premise.
He's like, I need to get out of this toxic relationship.
Yes. Yes. What's the line he says in the trailer to her? It's like something about getting to his full power or something like that. He's like, it's interesting that you say it that way.
Yeah. Also, Nicholas Holt, who we know as the younger Beast from the X-Men movies,
Yes.
he's playing Renfield.
Yes.
And that man just gets better looking with age. I mean, like he just keeps looking younger every time I see him in another movie. Is he single?
We got a couple movies coming out. Well, the big one next week is Creed 3.
I'll
Yeah.
wait for that. I'll wait for that one on either stream it or go get it.
I
from
don't
the-
know. I may have to see it right away because I can't get enough of Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, I want to go back and watch the other two Creeds just to get a full platform of where this is going. I know it's all part of the Rocky universe. but I need to see the other two. But Michael B. Jordan's directing this movie. This is a big movie. You know what I mean? Like,
they're okay. The boxing's really good. The story's a little melodramatic, but the boxing's pretty good.
Mm.
I love the movies, and I especially love the first Creed film. I really do.
I thought the second one had a stronger story with Drago and his son, but that's me.
I think they're both. Well, you know what? There's just something about the first one. You know, I mean, you're right. The second one has a lot going on. I don't know. There's something I particularly like about the first one, about like reintroducing us to that world. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah,
the first one's good.
I'm drawn to a magic in that movie. I can't put my finger on it. You know what I mean? But I'm drawn to it. And the second one is also amazing.
So the first one, is it because the first one kind of like you feel like you're in a Rocky transition?
But like it's really good. It feels natural, right?
It does.
Like it's like there's so many ways it could have gone wrong, but like they did it so it came out so right. It really felt.
Sylvester Stallone's in it that kind of gives it Rocky cred, but even if he wasn't in it, it would have been fine.
Right, but no,
him
being there to transition the universe to this character, the movie universe to this character is excellent, you know? And the fact that they don't half-ass it with Rocky. I love the scene with him at Adrian's plot in the cemetery.
Yeah.
You know, like it's beautiful. There's a lot of.
It's better than. Did you see Rocky 5?
Balboa?
No,
Balboa.
Yeah.
It's much better scene because he does it in that one too. But
he does it in that one. Mm-hmm.
No, this is so much better. This just felt right. This felt like a natural transition for the Rocky movie world, right? And like Balboa and 5, although there are things I like in them, like.
Well, Balboa is ridiculous because at 50-something years old, he's not knocking out that 20-year-old kid. I'm sorry, it's not
right. And like, but there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in that movie. I mean, there's some nice intimate moments in that movie, but it doesn't sell itself. This movie sells itself. But I don't want to go.
It does have that classic line. Is that the movie where he tells them, "You got to get up, you got to fight for what you want"? He's talking to his kid. They're outside.
Yeah, when they're outside the restaurant.
5, right?
No, that's
outside the restaurant. When he's like, "Why are you doing this, Dad?" and all this other stuff, and he's like, "When you're giving in, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going," something like that. But it's pretty classic. Looking down the line, I'm excited for the Adam Driver 65.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Oh, that's the one that like we're back in time, right? Like
yeah. I mean, the same trope of they've gone so far ahead that they go backwards. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just Adam Driver is a good actor.
I'm more interested in John Wick.
John Wick. I definitely gotta go back.
What do you call it? Comes out next week. Operation Fortune. Blah blah blah. It looks good. It's a Guy Ritchie movie.
John Wick. We also got coming in a couple weeks Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, to me, that's another. I'll wait for him.
No, I'm not waiting.
What about Air?
Oh, stop it!
You don't want to see Air?
I think that's going to be a good movie.
I think Air with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
That's a big story. That's a big story.
I know that story.
Listen. I'm not going to the theaters for that. I am waiting for. I'm sorry. Fury of the Gods.
Don't know if I go to the theaters.
I like the characters. I like the actors. I want to see it on the big screen. You know, but Air. I'm like, please. This is an overglorified NBC movie of the week.
and then what's her name wins the Oscar, and you'll wish you'd seen it in the theaters.
$6.
No,
Roosevelt.
That's not who I am. Please, who do you take me for? I'm the first person to tell you not to go see The English Patient. Come on. But I'm also the first person to tell you that Lawrence of Arabia is amazing, and everyone should watch it. It should be like there should be film class in 5th grade for everyone, and like the first 2 quarters of the year, or the first semester of the year should just be about studying Lawrence of Arabia.
The Peter O'Toole. That one?
Yes, Peter
The
O'Toole.
old
It's
one?
amazing. Do you have the
I got
Laserdisc
both of
still?
those on Laserdisc, Lawrence of Arabia and English Patient. So
Oh wow. Well, I'm sorry
and
about this.
Ishtar.
Ishtar. Wow. Dungeons and Dragons comes out at the end of this month. We shall see.
Someone got me that as a birthday gift. I can't wait. My friend Melissa.
George Foreman's got a movie coming out about his life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers. I'm excited.
Hey.
don't care.
I'm excited for
Yo,
I probably have to go.
Jack
see it with my
Black.
sons, but
Shaq Black is my reason for seeing Super Mario. My reason. His Bowser is amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
I have a feeling
This
I'm
could
gonna
open
end
up a
seeing it.
lot of things. This could open up to a big whole cinematic universe.
Again, I don't need it. I don't care. Just give me a good Super Mario movie. That's all I really
Yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah. Definitely give
I'm
me a
not
good
asking
Super
for anything
Mario movie.
else.
Yeah. But this is definitely a doorway into more stuff, which I'm happily waiting for. Some of these others are pretty low budget stuff. Last Train, Peter Pan and Wendy. It's going to Disney Plus. Fast X.
Yeah, I'll see that.
Man,
You know
you know,
it. Again,
you gotta
see
see
them
it.
all.
For family. You gotta
I
see it.
know
For
it's
family.
ridiculous, but I enjoy it. I enjoy that the Fast series like I enjoy Cocaine Bear. I'm going in just knowing that I'm going to have a fun ride. I'm not expecting, acting chops and a great
I
story.
don't think
know
they're
it's a-
expecting it either when they make it, so it's
you know
all
what I mean?
good.
Like I know it's a popcorn movie, and I just go in and go, okay, that's silly, but it's fun.
I mean, they made it to 10 movies, man.
It's supposed
More
to be
than
12.
is it more than 10 movies?
I was gonna
No,
say,
this
because wait,
is-
isn't there like the Hobbs and Shaws and stuff?
There's the
Like
Hobbs
there's
and
a couple-
Shaws.
Yeah.
Well, if you count that, this will be 11.
Is Tokyo Drift part of the 10?
Yes, because it's number 3.
Okay. And then Hobbs and Shaw is the 11th, basically.
Well, if you
Right.
count, yeah, it's part of this.
It's
yeah.
like a Rogue One type thing.
Right.
Like,
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fast and Furious. We laughed at you, but now you're a 10 plus movie franchise, over $1 billion. A
Been
film.
around for like 20 years now, too.
Right. Okay. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
This story is how old? And they're like, oh, we made a movie in 2023.
Right.
I was gonna say, like, that book is from like the 70s, right?
It is. I'm like,
Judy
who said
Blume.
that? Who was like, yo, now's the time. Let's do it.
I've never.
Like, that's
read
an
it, but I remember
ABC
that
after
being a-
school special, right?
Yeah.
Like Spider-Verse, I'm looking forward to.
Spider-Verse, Across
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse, which is part 1 of a 2-part film.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's part 1. Oscar Isaac's playing 2099. Very nice. I like that. Do you think it's possible he could play the live action role as well?
No, because he's already Moon Knight.
Yeah. already Moon Knight.
They did mess up there. They did mess
I
up.
mean, it would still be fun if they do it. It could happen, maybe, but
It could. Scream 6,
Eh.
March 10th.
You know what? I'm really not happy with the direction, but I'm still gonna see the movie because I love the Scream series and I love Courtney Cox. So I'm gonna go watch it whether I hate it or not.
I mean, I think it is a slightly intriguing the fact that now it's not going to be just one killer; it's going to be like in a cult, which is to me is a natural progression of this kind of stuff. Like you have that crazy Manson, and you have the Manson cult. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I could see that being as a good transition, but it just depends on how they do it. Like when they say fresh chapter in New York, all I think of is Jason Takes Manhattan. And how crazy wild that movie was. When we watched that movie, you're like, how the hell is he going to get to New York City? And half the movie is on a freaking boat. They don't really get to New York City until like the last third of the movie. But he manages to go wild in New York City. Evil Dead Rise. What is this?
So it's a sequel to Evil Dead, right?
Okay.
And I guess the book, the Necronomicon, made it to some apartment building. It affected the mother of these kids who realized there's something wrong with their mom, but of course they want to try and help her. And then this corny ass poster that I've hated from the day they announced it. Again, I will watch it to try and give it a chance, but we'll see.
Did anybody
Yeah.
watch the Evil Dead show that
Yeah.
brought
No,
back
but I heard it was
Campbell.
good.
The show's
Yeah.
great.
Ash
show
versus
links-
the Evil Dead. I haven't watched
Yeah.
the show.
Did you know? Here's some trivia. That the next movie after Freddy versus Jason was going to be Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
I did know that.
Yeah, they even
They
made a comic book
about
about it. Yeah, they made a comic book about it. I would have loved to seen that movie.
That would have been great.
That would have been phenomenal to see him going against Jason and Freddy. That would have been dope. Still possible. There are rumors of a new Nightmare on Elm Street coming, and that Robert Englund might reprise the role as Robert Englund, because with the makeup prosthetics, it's just he showed up. I saw him showing up on the Goldbergs, was it?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And he looked Freddy, man. Like I was like, get this guy in a movie, man. Get this other reboot stuff out of here. Get
He
this
was
guy
in
back.
Stranger Things as well.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
As number
Or-
one's old man.
Yes.
The Flash. We know that's coming in June.
Yeah.
I think we stop there with any future movies. We're good with that.
We'll
All
see.
right. So we are at the end of our show. This was episode number 27 of the Council of Comics Live podcast for film and box office news. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. If you're watching on Facebook, on any other sites, please jump over to the YouTubes, hit like, hit subscribe, share it with your friends. Let them know that every Sunday at 5 p.m. that we sit here and talk about the film and box office news. Now, we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. for our live podcast of the new key and hot comic books of the week, where we give you the keys of the week, what our opinions are. We'll go over some books, and it's really strictly a comic book show at 8 p.m. So you guys got to show up, let everybody know, and get there. Also, we have new videos on the channel every week. This will be at the shop on Tuesday, filming for New Comic Book Day. We have, what reviews we got? Probably want to do a Cocaine Bear pre-recorded review with you guys. That would be pretty cool. We got Last of Us that we got to do.
I beat the game this weekend.
Oh,
I
nice.
have. I might play it tomorrow. I should have finished it on Saturday.
And I didn't do the
I was refereeing
DLC.
lacrosse.
Tonight's episode is going to be, I think, mostly about the DLC. And I thought about playing through that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to let the show speak for itself now. Like, I don't know the DLC.
Yeah,
But
so
I beat the
definitely
game.
watch that. Remember, Last of Us is tonight. We're going to be watching that at 9 p.m. We'll give you our review. We have a whole bunch of other reviews on the channel. Check the list. We got tons of shows, tons of movies. Check out our new comic book day. Please remember to like and subscribe. So for myself, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, and for Cliff, we love you. We thank you for watching. Have a good night, y'all. See you tomorrow. Peace.